Hello, 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 and welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time to another episode of the Round Table. Before we get started, okay, I'm so excited because today we hit our first 100 subscribers, y'all. So if you've been tuning in, y'all know what that means. It is time to do our cash giveaway. So I'm gonna announce later more details on how you can, be in that drawing. And so stay tuned and make sure you watch. If you're not watching to the end, catch the replay so nobody missed those details. So thank you all my guests, my co-host Leonardo, because he's been a part of this. All the viewers, everybody that's liked, shared, commented, whatever. However you've shown support, I want to genuinely thank you guys. And as you see, we have Coach Credit Bay back again, as she promised y'all. She said she's gonna come back for a round two. And so here she is. And some of y'all may not know her, so I'm gonna let her tell y'all who she is. Go ahead, girl.
Yes. Well, welcome in everybody. This is LaRasha, and I go by Coach Credit Bay. I am the owner and the founder of Royalty FF and Associates, and I specialize in personal credit and business credit. I'm a mortgage loan officer as well as a business loan broker, and I love what I do because I do what I love. I've been doing this 9+ years. And my gosh, it has been a blessing not only for me, but for the clients that I have reached. So I'm so glad to be here tonight because this touchy subject here is what we need to know.
I'm ready. I'm glad it records because I cannot like physically take notes, but I'm mentally taking notes. And we
Mhm.
got some questions for you tonight. If y'all are watching, in the comments, comment where you're from. Hi, Martha. I see you up there, love. And some other viewers, I can't see who you are. Um, our topic tonight is about business structure, y'all. Is it costing you more money than it's supposed to? Is it set up right? And since she's the expert, we're gonna let her explain that. And y'all can feel free to post your questions if you have questions to ask, or if you need clarity on anything that we are discussing, because we want you to understand and get what you need to get out of this podcast tonight. Okay. So we're gonna get right into it with the first question. So, why is choosing the right business structure so crucial for entrepreneurs? And what's the biggest mistake people make when setting up their business?
That is a great question. So, when it comes to business structure, right, it's not a one size fits all type of thing. So, I'm so glad that you got me here today and we're speaking about this because we are in Q4, right? And we're about to go to Q1. So, everyone needs to know that's in business or thinking about getting into the business, which way is the best way to go. And don't let it cost you so much trying to get there. Okay. So, first of all, Sonia, thank you for having me again. But let's dive right into it. So, each type is there are different business types, right? So there's LLCs, there S corp, C corp. It has its different advantages and disadvantages. So the key is to understand your business needs, long-term goals, and what liabilities and tax exposures that you want to avoid. So yeah.
Okay.
And the biggest
Look,
mistake people make is going straight to LLC. They're going straight to incorporation. They're going straight to S corp and all of that, but they're not making any money yet. They don't really know if this business has been established somewhere else with that business name. Like it's just a lot that take place before you try to structure your business. But I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna just answer that question.
look, I'm sitting here looking like, cause you be
You know
answering
I go
all
with it.
questions off the first question because they do go in hand, which is the great thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm scared. I'm about to find out I'm set up wrong, y'all.
I'm about to bust your
But this
bubble.
This is what it is. I mean, hey, I can't fake it. It's live. She about
Yeah.
to step on my toes. Probably should not mention LLC. I'm a LLC, and from what I understood, well, let's go to the next question. So the next question: what are the most common business structures, and how do you decide which one is the best fit for a new business?
That is a good question. So, like I spoke before, you got LLCs, you got S corp, C corp, incorporation, and you got sole proprietorship, which is the basics, not having the LLC, not going through the Secretary of State. But how you decide is just like I said, knowing what your business is going to need, what type of business do you have, how does it need to be structured, and how you really find out. And I always tell people, get an expert, get some professional advice, especially if you are taking this business seriously and you want it to scale and grow.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my phone doing it. Y'all got that right. So again, it's kind of like what you do and what I do with our clients. We have to have an actual consultation and ask questions, find out where they at, where they want to go, what their goals are.
Mhm.
And I know you can also, how you start out is not how you have to stay, right? Right.
You
And
can
so
grow. So you can start with the sole proprietorship and you like, okay, we good. I'm making 10,000 a month. Okay, now let's go to LLC and let's do S Corp so we can make sure that we're getting our tax, benefits. But you
right,
got to consult with somebody because again, you don't want to get into a business entity type and you can't afford to that cost, right? So
right.
that's another thing. Is it costing us too much? So
Oh,
this
that's
topic is
right.
wrong.
And you gotta pay quarter. Well, you gotta pay quarterly, and however you gotta pay. I pay quarterly because the way mine's set up. But let's go to the next question. Can changing your business structure later on create complications? And if so, what should business owners watch out for?
Perfect question. So the structure, having the business address, making sure that it's a business location, it's not just a post office box, making sure that the address that you're getting, yes, is virtual, but it actually has a virtual office, a suite, and it's looking like a corporate building, especially if you want to get the six figures in funding. Okay. But it can come, it's hit or miss. So it's not saying that you can't take a business that's not structured and you can't structure it, but it's gonna take a lot because think about it. We got all these net 30 accounts, they got this address, this phone number. It's not an 800 phone number, which it should be because businesses are taken seriously when they're structured the proper way. But again, it won't be complicated, but it will create complications because say for instance, we was on 123 Main Street in 2022 and our old vendors are still reporting there. Now our new business is not reporting the information, so we try to go get a loan and we think we have all these trade lines, but nothing is being reported correctly because the addresses are different.
Right. Oh my God. I didn't. So I need to get an 800 number. Okay.
Mhm. So you're right. You look, you know what you need and you don't have.
I
This is
do
a
have a,
checklist.
I do have an actual business number though. Like, so when I call, it shows up as my business, and that's what it's been for the past few years. But we're gonna talk because we still gotta do the consultation anyway.
That's right. We still
All right. Next question. How does the wrong business structure impact your taxes? And what are the potential financial risks?
So it can impact your taxes again because if you're not structured, if you don't have the S corp, you can't get the double benefits. Certain things you can't file on your taxes if you're not cooperated certain ways. But I do want you to consult with a professional that's in accounting and things like that because you can know exactly where you need to go and where your tax planning needs to, benefit from.
Right. So you said double benefits or something.
Right. So when you file with S corp, now you can file for your business and your personal. Now, if you just got a regular LLC, you can file all that together. But when you got the S corp, now you got things that you can file for your business that's separate, and your personal will be separate also.
Oh, so you get like double tax benefits.
And there's more things that you can file when you're S corp.
Then in comparison to being just LLC.
LLC, correct.
Okay. I was told, and I don't think this not one of my questions. I was told that because I'm an LLC, I was told I should have started off as an S corp. But then it's like I'm hearing two different things. Somebody say you shouldn't change to an S corp until you make X amount of dollars, and then some people say you should start off that way. But I think some people be focusing on all the tax benefits instead of without consideration of the qualifications to actually take advantage of those tax benefits,
That's my
right?
part because everybody don't have all these things, so it wouldn't matter if you was S corp or not because you don't have all those things.
Right. And Stephanie Wright, and she just says income plays a big factor.
Yep,
That's right, because how much money you make puts you in different tax
that's right.
brackets. So, even though you may work with somebody like a business coach, you still need like a whole team. Like you said, you mentioned the accountant. You
Yeah,
need
'cause I got
somebody,
like I may know this stuff, but I don't know it all, and I learned from my coach and my
right,
accountant. So it's I just say this, like I'm 9 years in the business, and I'm very, very I let y'all know stuff, so I don't hide nothing back and I don't gatekeep, right? But I come
right,
from an entrepreneur background, and I see my mother doing quarterly taxes. I see her paying herself. I knew all of that, but I wasn't doing that. But now I can see the benefit from it. And when my accountant laid it down to me, and my tax planner like, yo, you got to do this, you got to do that, it makes sense now because now I can able to enjoy the fruits of my labor when I do it that way. I didn't
right.
know it was so much out here for us business owners when we are really set up the proper way. And it
I
may
know.
cost us some money to invest in that success, right? But it's okay because it's gonna come back 10 for once you structure properly.
And I think that's the problem with some business owners. They're afraid of investing in themselves because they don't see like that instant return. But every year when y'all file them taxes, y'all be asking all them questions about, well, I need to save $10,000. I don't want to pay. If you would have invested just a portion of what you're trying to get or save, it would have, benefited you in the long run. So it's very important to know this stuff. And I'm glad that you are so transparent to get up here and share all this information because God knows I need it too. What are the legal protections or lack thereof tied to different business structures? And why is this often overlooked by new entrepreneurs? I think we kind of touched on that a little bit.
Now, what you mean by legal protections? Like what we need to legally be protected?
Yeah, like people get like business insurance or like liability stuff like that. Like what type of is
Now
that stuff
that, yeah, now
considered
that part
federal?
I'm not gonna speak on because
Okay,
I'm not that much educated in that area yet.
okay.
But yeah, because I don't speak on stuff that I don't know. Mm-mm.
I
We
know
don't
that's
do
right. Look, and
that.
I respect that because
We don't do that.
we stay in our lane.
That's right.
So, are there specific business structures that are better suited for certain industries, or is it more about the business financial situation?
The business financial situation. And just like I was saying with the S Corp and the C Corp, like with the S Corp, of course, you're avoiding double taxation by allowing your profits to pass through. But and then your regular C Corp is just suitable for business seeking investors and stuff like that. So it really depends on your financial situation. And this is the thing, y'all, make your plan up. Like, don't feel like anything is impossible because it's possible. Make that plan up. Go use, some resources to make your plan and see, go Google how much in your position in your industry, what you should be paying yourself, because that is the number and stuff that you should be putting on your projected annual income when it comes to filling out your applications. But that's a whole nother, we got to do another one because I want to show them and teach them too how to even fill out a application when it comes to getting business credit.
Oh wow! I mean, well, we got time because I got yeah, we got time. You want to not show us, but maybe just go over some of the key guidelines, get them a little teaser, so then we
Hmm.
bring it back. They know what more to
Yeah,
look
we
for.
can do that. Close it out with that for sure.
Okay, that's what. So we'll come back to it. The next question: when should an entrepreneur consider transitioning from a sole proprietorship to something like an LLC or corporation? And see, I didn't know. I thought LLC, if you're just a single member, that's different. Okay, a single member LLC is different from sole proprietorship, or is that the same thing?
Single is different.
Okay, and see, I thought it was the same thing because I'm a single member LLC. I don't have, I have a team, but I don't hire people because everybody's contracted, independent agents or whatever. So I'm, I
So
thought
that's
I
good because with a sole proprietorship, that's like a simple structure where you pretty much are personable, liable for your debts, right? But when it
oh,
comes to LLC, that offers your liability protection, and then being more flexible, within the business and with the profit and losses and stuff, they make more sense there rather than being a sole proprietorship because that's just like you, but you just a business without the actual, yeah. I
Okay,
can't
okay.
explain
I
it, but
didn't.
you get
I guess I've been
it.
operating before I got my LLC. I guess I was just operating as a sole proprietorship because I didn't have anything structured with the Secretary of State.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to
Hmm.
confirm. And next question: what role do investors play in determining the right business structure, and how can picking the wrong one scare them away?
What role do investors play in determining the right business structure? Um,
As
Again, the
far
business. Go ahead.
like like being structured, like when we're looking for in people to invest
Right.
in our business.
So,
Okay,
and
all
I
right,
always speak on like CDFI funding. So, say if you wanted to get funding for your business and you a startup business and you have bad credit, you need that business plan. You need to see people, you need to let the investors see your vision, because if they can't see the vision, then they can't help you. And you don't have to have good credit to paint that vision. Like, do it now and go and find out who in the community that's willing to invest in you and invest in your vision, and you can make it happen that way. So yes, it does play a structure on how you're structured. But again, it doesn't. But if you have your business plan to the T, it may be a couple of pages, I hope, and put out your projected plan, what you want to do with the community or whatever the case may be, and go sell yourself.
right. That's what I was gonna say too. That brought me to another point about having a business plan. Because I know quite a few business coaches, and even not even being a business coach, I've always been like trained or conditioned to write your goal, write your vision down. So it's very important to have a business plan. 'Cause without that business plan, you can't get no type of funding or nothing, right? Because they have
Correct.
to see what your goals and stuff are.
Yeah, because they're not going to lend somebody 50,000 if they don't see you being credible or showing good habits anywhere else when it comes to money. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm learning me something tonight.
Okay.
Is there ever a situation where operating as a sole proprietorship long term is a good idea? Or should entrepreneurs always aim to move forward? I'm sorry, to move toward a more formal structure?
It depends on how they want to run their business. Do they want to keep it as a side hustle and not really benefit from it, but whatever income they're making from it, or do they want to be able to grow and scale it, and start other business and then have other investments? So it really depends on the person with the structure. But
Okay.
I feel like they should move if they feel like the business is so. Some people, when they get into the business and they get a sole prop, they don't really like the business no more. They feel like, oh, it wasn't really what I wanted to do and stuff like that. So yeah, it's okay to keep it for a long term if you have not decided at that time that this is what you want to do 10, 20 years from here, because you don't want to again spend so much money and it's costing you too much.
Right. So is that legal? I mean, like it sounds like because if it's not properly structured, how do you and I don't know if you can answer this, but how do you file taxes, and actually, be accountable for the money that you're making as a sole proprietorship?
You won't.
You won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I said,
And
like
that's
I say, it depends. If they feel like they making enough money, they good, they don't want to move forward, that's on them. But I do recommend to definitely get those benefits that you can get by filing your taxes and filing your business expenses and stuff like that. Yes, I feel
okay.
like you should. But again, if it's a business that's not really something that you don't want to do forever and you're just doing it for the time being, then it don't let it, just try to be cost efficient.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. And how does choosing the wrong structure affect business funding opportunities? Are lenders more hesitant based on the type of structure you choose?
Yes, and that comes into play too, choosing your business industry. So with me being in credit, I have to make sure that, I don't have credit in my name because that is a high risk to the banks. Trucking, that is a high risk to the banks, right? Sometimes taxes is a high risk to the banks, right? So again, it does affect it because they're gonna be kind of like, oh, this is a risky business. So instead of giving them 100K, we're just gonna give them 35K. So it can kind of deny you or get you lower funds if again you aren't structured, and I mean down to that business next code, because it is serious. because it will
Right.
deny you or have you getting lower than what you really, want or desire.
And so is it more so the structure or the industry?
Both. So the structure will have something to do with the industry.
Okay, okay, got you. I know
Because when
everybody
you're
says
registering it, you want to make sure that all your NATS codes is meeting. You want to make sure you have your SAMS.gov number in case you want to go out and get grants and stuff like that. So again, your structure can hinder
affect
business
all.
if you're going to get the funding or not.
That's what I be. They be killing me. It be people looking for funding and they don't even have their business structured as anything. And I'm like, what are we funding?
Mhm. And I
Like,
mean, people do have loopholes, right? And I don't know it all, but
right.
people do have loopholes. I've seen people do what they do without having a structure, but I don't know how they did it, and I can't tell you how they did it because I didn't experience it.
I don't like the word loopholes when it come down to business and funding and government. You
Okay.
know, it's like
I don't want
it's
nothing
a
looping back and just affecting me. Okay. I don't need nothing
right,
coming back.
right. I don't need none of them problems.
Mm-mm.
So, what are the signs that a business owner needs to rethink their current their current structure and make a change for better growth or protection?
For sure. So, like I always say, structure. When you go get that LLC, right? Making sure that you go and research the business name. Make sure nobody has that name, right? Then you want to go and get I'm gonna get them the breakdown at this point because this is when they need to rethink because they probably don't have these things. So you want to get the LLC with your Secretary of State. And you can go to busy.com, which was inkfile.com. They can help structure your business as well as provide you with a virtual office address, right? You want to make sure that you have these two things before you even go to the EIN number because we got to include this address with the IRS to include it with the EIN number again so everything can match. Then when we get that structured properly, we're going to go over and get our DUNS number, right? That's absolutely free, as well as your EIN number. So don't be out here paying nobody because I've seen people having people pay them to actually get an EIN number, and it's absolutely free. Okay. Then
Right.
once you get all of that, make sure that you have your website. You go get your business bank account number, right? And that SAMS.gov. Make sure you write that down. We got to have that because when we're going out to get contracts and grants, we're going to need that information. So once you have this structure, and you're going to then move on to your vendor accounts because you want to have so many trade lines reporting to show that you're credible. And nav.com should be your first trade line for your business because they do offer you a trade line once you do get their NAV Boost plan, which is $49.99. And then you get a NAV Prime account where they take your checking account and attach it to the NAV. And now you got two trade lines for your business. So once we get that into play, making sure that the personal credit is also getting some help because now we can go and apply for a business credit card with that bank that we did open up that business account with. But we always want to make sure we have personal relationships, just like we got at home, have them in these financial institutions.
Oh wow. I hope y'all got all of that. If not, y'all will be able to press rewind once this post later on. So I hear the term trade lines all the time, and just for people that may not understand what it is, because I didn't, at one point, what does that mean? Getting trade lines.
Yeah, so getting trade lines for your business is just like for your personal. So you're getting accounts that's reporting as an account that you are paying revolving or installment loans, right? So you want to get the trade line so it can show credibility. So like nav.com, like I said, will be your first one with the boost. Then you got your nav prime, which is your second one. Then you can go and get JJ Gold. That's another tip. That is a net 30 vendor. They do have, some nice items, and you can get the items and put them on eBay, resell them, make money. But again, you are building up your business credit, and that is legal to do because you have purchased that item. So it's nothing that you are doing that's illegal. So once you start getting those trade lines, then we can start building up, and then we can start getting business funding, going to get lines of credit and things like that. So a trade line is basically a positive account that is reporting in an installment or revolving type of situation.
Okay. And so, what's the bare minimum number of trade lines that a business owner should have when looking to get
I would
funded? Or what?
say is so there are different tiers, right? And I had to
Okay.
look in my book for that. But there's different tiers, and I don't want to tell nobody wrong, but I do have a free ebook for a business, Bosses Build Business Credit, in my bio. So if you want to drop that for them when we end the live, they can go check that out.
Okay, that's what's up. And we got
Mm-hmm.
another question. For entrepreneurs just starting out, what's the one thing they need to know before choosing their business structure? If it was one most important thing for them to consider, what would that be?
One thing that they should consider before choosing their business structure is figuring out how much they're going to be making in this business, right? Because you can pretty much know, because you can see what others are doing that you are inspired by. So you like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it too. I say it that way. If I can do better, I can too. But you always want to make sure that it depends on where you're going. So like when I started my business, I knew that credit repair was a lucrative business. So I came straight out with an LLC with an escort, because I already knew that I was going to be making more than 10K monthly, because of the way that I had my business plan already set up before I even started the actual business. I already wrote down what I'm going to need, what I'm going to do, and things like that, who I'm going to reach out to. I knew my niche of people also. So having that business structure, again, will just matter on how much you're making. And again, speak with a professional advisor, and they will be the best to answer that question.
Okay. Now, as for when people looking for these advisors, well, I mean, I know they have businesses that offer that stuff, but like, what should people look for when they looking for an advisor?
So my advisor came from Facebook, somebody that I seen that that did tax planning and stuff like that, and it was from somebody that was word of mouth. So it depends on getting a certified. You just got to do your research. Like these, it's a lot of us out here. So just getting that certified financial planner, or getting a wealth manager and investment, someone like yourself, because don't you help with planning as well, or you
I'm
just do
not no expert. I'm more like I can coach people like through their business, but I'm not no expert. I have people that I work with that
Gotcha.
actually knows more about structuring and stuff. I can help people set up their LLC. I know the process because I did my own, and I'm an advocate. I tell people I can send you where to go before you go pay somebody $300 to do your LLC, because
Right.
it don't cost. A lot of people like they don't mind paying because they don't feel like they feel like it's too difficult. And I've helped people set up their LLCs for free. It took like 10, 15 minutes. Like, the name of your business, it literally takes a few minutes. And they was like, oh, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. And you was about to go pay somebody 300. Now run me 150. But no.
That part. So that's why, like, when I get my clients and they always like, I need help with my business, and they were like, well, how much more is it? I'm like, it's free. Like, I can tell you what to do. Now, if you want me to do it for you, now I work up a plan, because now you're taking some of my time. But I'm gonna give you this checklist, and it's clickable links in there. Go and set your business up and text me along the way if you have any problems. But you really don't need like a CPA or nothing like that if you're not making but so much. Sometimes you can figure this stuff out on your own. But when you are really growing and you're growing really fast, please get you some help, because that was me. I tried to do it all on my own, and then it was like, oh, and I got a letter from IRS. I owe them $400 because I ain't do something right. So
Right.
yeah, you got to be on point, especially when you're making 5 and 6 figures monthly.
So when you talking about getting a CPA, does that include like QuickBook apps? QuickBook. Okay, so that does qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought that was like it's better to have an actual person versus
Oh,
that.
now it is good to have a person, because it's always that relationship, because they're going to tell you what you really need, because you don't know. But if they already done been in this type of industry, they done seen this type of situation, they know where you need to go, even though you haven't been there before, but they have taken someone there before or done
Right.
it themselves.
Right. And that's what a lot of people are missing, just that guidance, and everybody's out here doing it. And what kind of irks my nerves with it is that these things aren't it's not that hard. Like ain't nobody well, I didn't go to school to learn how to do an LLC. You know what I mean? So I'm saying? So it's like people find ways to capitalize, and then they want to charge people for doing stuff that's so simple. And because people don't know any better, they'll pay. And
Mhm.
so, that's another reason why I do love this podcast, because I like to bring people on to share information, people that don't mind sharing the information freely, for the viewers and the audience and everybody, because people are charging for everything, y'all. And so y'all better get it while y'all can. She might charge
They
me next
charging
time.
for everything. And then I'ma just say it. It be the people that just read an ebook and telling you what they read. They
Or
have
ask
not experienced it. So
ChatGPT.
that's why when you ask me questions, if I don't know, sis, I don't know that. And I don't feel comfortable answering it. I'm not gonna tell you out something I read. I don't even know if it was right.
Right,
I can't do it. And because people like, and then when I'm on live too, they say, well, how can I do this? How can I do that? I don't even know your situation. So I'm not going to go tell you at a trade line and you still got negative accounts. So that trade line ain't even going to amount to nothing because you're still going to get denied.
right. They be trying to find the loopholes, and
Yeah.
some of these are, you got to do step one, step two, then step three. You can't jump from one to three.
It ain't gonna work.
What's up,
You're gonna
Natasha?
fall back. You're gonna fall back for sure.
Yes, ma'am. So was there anything else? Because those are the questions that I had. I didn't want to dig too deep, and then I know you can talk. So I was like, if I gave you a little, guide way, you can talk. But is there anything else that you wanted to expand more on out of those questions, or something that we did not even touch on that you think the people should know?
Um, just do your research, y'all. Like, don't make it hard. Use your resources. Claude, Chat GPT, any of them. Just go out and get resources and start being around people and networking, because just because no one is around you that is doing what you desire to do doesn't mean that you can't do it. They never seen it, so they're not going to inspire you to do it. You got to be around people to inspire you to make that move, to keep pushing yourself, and maybe bring them along with you or leave them behind and keep succeeding. But I just want to just say, stay on your path, focus on what you have going on, and not really comparing yourself to others, because this is a very trying season. In fourth quarter, it gets hard for everybody. And
Right.
I've known that in the last few years in business, but it's just like you have to be structured properly. There are ways out there to get funded, even if you have bad credit. Just go out and do your research.
That's what's up. That's good to know. And then, like, as far as some free resources, because up until recently, people tell me to research. A lot of people don't know how to do that. People think researching is asking somebody, just asking somebody, but it's more to it. It's more to it than that. And I know we're in the same state, so I do know, as far as North Carolina, the Secretary of State website is very informational,
Yeah.
or informative. Sorry, when it comes down to these business structures and defining what each one is. And then we also have, like, Pitt Community College. They have their continuing education building, where they
Mhm.
have a lot, or the small business center. There's a lot of free resources. And if you're not in North Carolina, these are still things that you can find in your state. Every state has a Secretary of State. So find your website, connect with those people. I found out that these people at the small business center, even the employment office, they are paid to answer these questions for free. We just don't know. We can go and ask. So, of any other free resources to help people get started on some credible research when it comes down to this stuff?
Just like you said, I Google everything. I'm a Google freak. I always, I'm always on social media and I'm always using the search tab, especially on TikTok.
Right.
And I'm searching for what I want. So how to structure a business, how to structure a credit repair business, and watching others and seeing how they structure their business. Like, I didn't really get the education from actually going to different sources. I learned my stuff from the people and
Right.
me going through the actual experience, because I feel like everything in the book, like when I went through, got my certification to be a credit repair consultant, I don't use that stuff to this day, but I know my rights, and that's all that matters, because I know how to run it properly. But it's like the information there is not the information that's used today. So a lot of
Right.
the information that we do see, it could be outdated. So get with somebody who knows it, does it, and really operate in it, and go from there. You always got to have that mentor. I read books and I get educated in how I need to flow, but I'm always finding somebody that I can look up to. I always have a role model that I can look up to and ask any question, and I don't be afraid, because no question is a dumb question.
That's right. That's what I tell you. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask. And if you tell me my question
Right.
is dumb, then I'm gonna have something to say back to you.
And yes, the Small Business Administration is a great source,
Yes.
especially for a startup business. Like we don't know, we have so many grants and stuff like that out for minority, and that's just a lot of things out there, resources, a lot of money that is out there for us, but we have not took the time to go out and ask, can we get that money?
And what I feel like is they put all these grants and resources, aka money, out here for the minorities because they don't expect us to go out there and do the necessary, y'all. They
Hmm.
sleeping on us. They know if they got billions of dollars available for us, and I'm saying us, okay, we're not going to do the work. And so they're
Hmm.
not that money going to sit there or it's going to go to other people because we as a community don't educate ourselves on taking advantage of these opportunities.
Hmm.
So this right here is great information that she is sharing with us because the money is out there. We just have to set ourselves up properly, do our research, connect with people like her that's going to help you get where you need to be in business. We don't need to be we don't need to be businesses and operating in the red, okay? Cuz we don't have to. So
That's
let's
right.
do better. And it starts with information, and the information is out there. It's right here for free. So you
That's
just got
right.
to implement it.
That's right. And yeah, just like she said, go to your like the local websites. See what kind of funding options. Go in on Eventbrite. Go and see what kind of workshops, events they have going on, and start networking with people because you never know someone that you may meet may go and invest in your business and help you succeed and scale. So a closed
Right.
mouth don't get fed. My mother always taught me that. So
I'm a big
I'm always speak up. And if I want something, how can I get that? Hello.
help me. I ain't gonna beg, but I don't mind asking a few times. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It was something that we mentioned earlier that you said you would expand on later. Do you remember what it was?
What was it? What's it? Oh, credit cards. Credit card application. So choosing the right application, I always like to go to nerdwallet.com. They always have the best of the best, and I think I can type it in the chat too.
Okay, I can type it up here too, so they can Nerd Wallet.
Nerdwallet.com. So go and do your research, start looking at the interest rates, seeing what their actual fees and stuff are and things like that. But also when you are filling out, it's just one point that I want to make. When you are filling your application out, when you are doing employment status, don't say that you are self-employed. That's a no-no. I want you to
Mhm.
put that you are employed by your business because if you are not, I hope that you start paying yourself, especially if you can afford to, right? Even if it's $50 biweekly or something, right? Start paying yourself and figure out how you can pay yourself. All right. That's a whole nother situation. But also when you are calculating your income, like when they ask for your income, always make sure you put your projected income. So if you know, go research, right? How much does a credit repair specialist make with, annually? That's what you put down because you are starting. We get it. You're not making it yet, but you will be once you get this funding and you can scale it out.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. And that's
'Cause
what
look,
how like when you're doing personal credit applications, you should choose, your household income, not just your income. So if you
right.
working, your kids working, and your husband working, that's all of y'all income go on the application.
I was proud to say I'm self-employed. And you telling me I should be putting employed at my business, but a lot of people can't do that because they not set up as a business.
That's right.
So she telling y'all some nuggets, y'all. She telling
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. And then too, writing off everything. Don't write off everything because you want to make it look like you make some money. If you
Mm,
write off everything and you're not bringing in, no, you're spending more than you're making, we a whole lot more than you're making. It's a problem, and the banks are not going to trust that.
wow.
Mm-mm.
That's good because a lot of people they be wanting to get structured a certain way so they can write off everything.
Everything to get so much money back. It's okay to take a loss because you're going to gain it back 10 times 10 if you do it the right way.
That's why we need a business coach, y'all. Because we
Mhm.
always want to do what we feel like is best, but we are not the professionals.
That's right.
Hey, Tishala. Is there anything else you want to share before we do our final closings?
No, I don't have
How can
nothing.
how can everybody get in touch with you? What's your social media handles?
For sure. So my social media handles is Coach Credit Bay. And on Facebook it is Royalty Financial Futures. I have just started me a new do-it-yourself platform. So it's DIYcreditbay.com. So you can now officially fix your own credit for free. Only thing you have to pay is your credit monitoring. So y'all can go there, check that out. And of course, my Stan store is Stan Store in Bay Academy. So all of those places you can find me, and I will be glad to do a free credit audit for anybody. I'm here for the people. Don't tell me you ain't got the funds, because I will help you regardless. Okay, you ain't gonna say no to me. I don't take no. I don't like no. Because I know you need the help, but you just, you a little nervous, and I don't take clients that can't really afford it, but I still help you.
That's what's up. I mean, you're helping us right now with just the information. If y'all missed the first show she was on, y'all go back 2 episodes ago. She was up here dropping so much information. That's why I was like, well, we definitely got to bring you back. And I think I'm hearing a part 3 in the
Mhm.
making.
Yeah, we need
So
a part
y'all
three.
be sure to tap in. This is the website for you to connect. Like she said, she do a free credit audit. She has her do it yourself creditbay.com. So she makes it easily accessible. Y'all reach out to her. She's always on TikTok. I think, girl, how many times a day do you go live, honey? Because every
So
time I scroll like Credit Bay Live, I'm like, dang.
So yeah, I go live. I don't really have a schedule. I just like when I'm at my desk and I'm doing reports, or I'm, doing stuff on my computer, I'm always live, because I'm a more personable type of coach. I'm not that type that's, oh, you got to schedule an appointment. You can't call my personal number. Like, I'm very personal, because we need somebody that actually know us, right? And I'm that type that I want to be your friend. I get all in your business because I want to see you succeed. I don't want you to start getting your credit fixed and then you don't know what to do next, how to become that homeowner, or where to look to buy a home, or how to start your business. So when we come together, I want us to be a family, because we never know, we could be partners.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That's
And I'm
right.
big on networking. 'Cause I know you were
Okay.
talking about networking tonight too.
I have to do
Um,
an event tomorrow. I have to speak in Elizabeth City, at
okay.
Sugar Cane and Grill. This is my second time coming to her place as well, but I'm coming to educate the people, because I love helping people that's out of state, but I want my North Carolinians to start
Right.
getting serious, so we can together come together and be better and stop being in competition with one another.
That's right. 'Cause it's enough out here for everybody. And if everybody stop competing and just collaborate, then everybody can eat.
Girl,
So yeah,
everybody, I can send this one to this one go to that. Okay, you go there. You go here, you finish
that's
your
how I
taxes,
tell
go
people.
here.
I'm always looking for referral partners because I can't do it all. Even with insurance, I can't do it all. That's why I have a team. That's why
Mhm.
I work with other agents as well because we all need each other, man. We all need each other.
That's
And
right.
maybe we can get together and do a workshop, a virtual workshop. That way we can even reach people outside of North Carolina. I love North Carolina too. I love y'all.
But I
This
was
why
thinking that too, like having a virtual workshop, and we have it. I would like to have it weekly, and this is just how I feel like it should happen, especially if it's somebody that's coming on board and they want to start their business structure. They want to start a business and they don't know really where to start. So we can get them started there, bring them back the next week, seeing what they did, and continue there. But people sometimes they need to be held by their hands because they don't have no one around them to help them.
right,
Yeah,
right. Yes,
that,
circle matters, y'all.
mm,
Like if
it
you're
does.
not around the right people, connect with them. I mean, you might can't connect with them physically,
Mhm.
but trust me, I'm connected with a lot of people that don't know I'm connected with them because of the wonderful world of social media.
That's right.
Okay. So get your inspiration where you can.
Mhm.
Connect with us. I mean, we're credible business owners and we have a heart to serve. That's why the people on this platform, we're like-minded and we're like-hearted.
Mhm.
So y'all connect with us. We are here to help. And if we can point you in the right direction because we don't know it all, but we're here to help y'all. I can't stress that enough.
Right.
You got anything else?
No, I don't. Just let me know if y'all need me. Share out this video with others. Make sure they subscribe to the channel, and we
Yes.
keep moving.
I'm gonna tell y'all before we go, I'm gonna tell y'all how to really tap in on this cash giveaway. Again, I wanted to thank everybody because we did reach our first 100 subscribers. We're actually at 102. Okay. And so there we go. Give me a little flyer this morning. I love me some Canva.
Oops.
So thank you. So the way y'all, everybody that subscribed will be entered into the drawing, okay? In order for you to win the money, you're going to have to be on the live next Friday. That's when I'm going to do the drawing. I want to give everybody opportunity, a fair opportunity to be entered in as well as to know the rules. So I'm announcing the rules now. I will announce it, on Facebook, TikTok, on my social media so everybody can know. I'm only putting the names in from the people that are subscribed now. Anybody after you missed this go around because you were not within the first 100. So, but y'all have a week to get yourself together, clear y'all schedule so y'all can be up here next Friday live. Because when I call the name, if you're not on the live, I'm drawing another name. Okay. But I appreciate you all. Thanks for listening to us tonight. And I hope y'all learned something that y'all can implement or either pass on to somebody else that you know can use the information. Thank you. I don't say your first name because I think I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna call you Coach Credit Bay.
It's LaRasha, but yeah, Coach
LaRasha.
today.
Okay. LaRasha. I ain't gonna mess it up. I just gotta say it more often. Thank you, LaRasha, for coming on again. We will definitely have you back. Y'all follow her, and we will see y'all next week, same time, same place at the round table. Good night.
Good night.